Our mission statement here at Center Grove is we develop knowledgeable, confident, and responsible citizens through inspirational and innovative learning opportunities. This evening, our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Mr. Hubbard. All rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Hubbard. I do need to announce that we will be reconvening our executive session after this board meeting. Our next order of business is adoption of the agenda. Do I have any motions?
Mr. President, I move that we adopt the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Our next order of business is one of the fun things we get to do here, and it is recognition of outstanding accomplishments by, in this time, student and staff member. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Daniels.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Carson, if we ask you to just, give me a timeout here, man. Coach, you got 2 left, all right?
Yeah. How many of those you got on?
Just come stand up front.
But we like that one.
The title of Mr. Football is a huge achievement for an athlete. It signifies the strength, determination, and skill Indiana football has to offer. It's also a major point of pride for a high school, its football program, and the community. Carson Steele is the first Center Grove High School player to achieve this honor. This is a major award presented to a special individual, which could not have happened or been attained without a strong team and foundation. The 2020 football season, more than any other football season, came with extreme challenges and uncertainties of the COVID pandemic. It was a joy to watch Carson and his teammates persevere week by week with an undefeated season and an eventual state championship, sometimes not knowing if the next game was even going to occur. Anyone who knows Carson knows he's always been a gentle giant off the field. While some may allow strength and talent to go to their heads, Carson has remained humble and kept working harder. He's fought through injuries to come back and have an exemplary senior season. He exemplifies sportsmanship, lives for teamwork, and loves the game of football. The board would like to formally congratulate Carson Steele on his Mr. Football Award and wish him the very best in his future as he continues with his education and football career in Muncie, Indiana at Ball State University. Carson, on behalf of the board and Center Grove School Corporation, we have a token of our appreciation.
Since middle school, I've only known him to have a short haircut once.
Hey, Carson.
So obviously the hair's working.
Hey, Carson. What are your plans for next year?
I'm not super sure. I'm hoping to study something in business.
Very cool.
Okay, our next order of business is a recognition of Coach Moore for Coach of the Year. If you'll step forward, Coach Moore. Been a long time coming, bud. Let me get rid of this. Center Grove High School's 2020 football team will long be remembered at not just one of the best teams in school history, but the best team in the state of Indiana. Under the direction of head coach Eric Moore, the Trojans won their 3rd football state title this season, capping off a 14-0 undefeated season with a win over Westfield in the Class 6A championship game at Lucas Oil Stadium. Center Grove finished number 1 in the state polls and in the top 15 in the national polls. This season is one of a long list of successes for Coach Moore. It includes 200 wins as head coach at Center Grove, 15 sectional wins, 14 regional wins, 7 MIC championships, 6 semi-states, 3 state runner-ups, 3 state championships, 2 undefeated seasons, and 1 Mr. Football, Carson Steele, and 1 National Coach of the Year honor. Coach Moore was named the 2020 All-American Bowl coach for his exceptional coaching abilities and leadership skills. The honor is given to a high school coach to acknowledge his role as a positive influence on young Americans on and off the field. So congratulations, Coach. We look forward to many, many more seasons.
Thank you, Coach. Coach, if you and Carson could hang around just for a few minutes for a first action item or so, I think you might enjoy it. Thank you both for being here this evening.
Yes.
And congratulations to both of you. You were very fun to watch on the field there, Carson. Looking forward to it.
I've been extremely happy for Carson, but I was almost a little bit emotional today. I know he's really gone now.
Well,
He's not too far away. You can watch him on Saturdays.
Grades aren't turned in yet.
and I can tell you from my time era here at Center Grove and how football was to what it is now has been just wonderful to watch the differences in the growth. Our next item is public comments, which we have none. And so we'll move on to consent items. Are there any questions or comments? Not hearing any. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Do I have a second? I second. Thank you, Mrs. Counts. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Consent items passes 5-0. Thank you. Now we move down to action items. Our first one is the second reading of a resolution naming the high school track. That's Dr. Long, I believe.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't think of anything else. I don't know what. Thank you, Mr. Russell. Tonight, we're presenting the second reading of our recommendation for naming the high school track the Carol S. Toomey Track and Field Facility. As required by board policy, the name for the high school track is being presented for the second and final reading. And Mrs. Conrad was kind enough to give you a rendition of what that would look like. We're going to resurface the track beginning the first week of June, and as soon as we have that done, we'll have that painted on there, and then we'll schedule a time for a formal ceremony for the official unveiling of it. So tonight we're recommending approval of this resolution.
Thank you, Dr. Long. Do I have any questions or comments? This is not approval.
Yeah. Could you take a vote?
Okay. Okay, hearing none. Make a motion. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we approve the resolution naming the high school track Carol S. Toomey Track and Field Facility.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Hubbard. So, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mrs. Toomey.
Mrs. Toomey, we
Along
also would
with
like you
that,
to come up here.
We have a few other ones. And Coach Moore, there's plenty of room for other states' titles to be put on. No pressure.
Mrs. Toomey, congratulations, and also thank you so much for all your years of service. In honor, first thing we did was we got you a gold parking pass, lifetime, park wherever you want, whenever you want, and now we'll get you in there, and, please enjoy that, we just really appreciate it. But, wait, you're welcome, there's more. But wait, there's more.
We'd like to present you with VIP suite passes that do not expire. So you're rolling up in there, cancel that one. Can always be in attendance with us up at the suite.
And you don't have to bring him, you can bring somebody else. Thank you. Thank you. You're ready to do that.
Picture.
Oh, okay.
I gotta sign them yet. I'll sign later. Okay. Our next order of business is the first reading of proposed policy revisions. Dr. Arkanoff.
Thank you. Jen, have you just kind of review that and pass it on?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. As required by board policy, the following policies are being presented for first reading this evening. And there's no action required this evening. If you have any questions, those policies are there listed in the summary sheets. And we can address any questions you might have this evening if you've had, since you've had kind of the opportunity to review those policies. There's a lot there, there's a lot there to review this year. We're a little behind, plus with COVID, there's some additional ones as well. So a lot to absorb this time around. But if there's any questions that myself or anyone else on the team can take, we'd be happy to do that.
Thank you, Dr. Arkanoff. We don't need to invoke.
No, unless there's
Yeah,
questions.
This is just, yeah. So any comments or questions?
So the next step will be we'll bring it back next month for
Second reading.
approval, and second reading and approval. Just a reminder, if there are changes next month, then we have to bring that one back again, so,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Our next item is approved student transfer online application dates. Dr. Arkanoff.
Thank you. We're going to have Dr. Long present this for you, so I'll just turn this over to him.
Thank you. Students who wish to transfer into a Center Grove school from another school district, an inter-district transfer, or transfer to a school in which they are not assigned within the Center Grove schools, an intra-district transfer, must complete an online application. Links to those applications are posted on the home pages of the Center Grove Community School Corporation website, as well as the school website during the time periods listed below. So the intra-district transfer application time period is from Sunday, April 4th, starting at 6 p.m. to Friday, April 9th at 11:59 p.m. Any Center Grove student who wishes to transfer from their assigned schools may submit an intra-district transfer application. The inter-district transfer applications for people from out of district transferring in, that window is open from Sunday, April 18th at 6 p.m. through Monday, May 3rd at 11:59 p.m. Students who do not reside within the Center Grove's boundaries may submit an inter-district transfer application to request to attend a Center Grove school. The board is required to approve these dates and for us to publish them online and then also to submit them to the Department of Education. So we're asking the board to approve those dates, those times and dates. They're the same dates that we had last year. They just kind of rolled them over to this year. This year, though, we have to have the board approve them, and so that's why we're here tonight.
This is one of those standard operating procedures we'll do yearly now.
It is, right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Long. Any questions for Dr. Long? Seeing there's no questions, do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we approve the interdistrict,
Intra.
inter-district and intra-district student transfer application dates as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mrs. Counts. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next order of business is to accept bids for Pleasant Grove Addition renovation project. Is that Dr. Long?
It is, yes.
It is. Again, thank you. Tonight, we're asking the board to approve the bids for the renovation of Pleasant Grove, the Phase 1 part. Mr. Jim Goley from AECom Hunt is here with us tonight, and I know you guys like when he's here, so you can ask him all the hard questions. We were fortunate. We had 4 bid packets. We had 19 bids altogether for those 4 bid packets. Felt really good about them. They came in really just under what our budget was. So we're recommending the board approve bid packet 1 for general trades and the site work to Alderson Commercial Group in the amount of $1,837,124. Bid packet number 2 for roofing to Foster Contracting in the amount of $64,000. Bid packet number 3, mechanical plumbing and fire suppression to North Mechanical Contracting and Services in the amount of $671,171. And bid packet number 4, electrical and technology to CMR Electric in the amount of $428,500. The total amount of the cost of Phase 1 of the renovation is $3,795,000. So the board, or the bid tabulation was attached to this, and in the agenda, we recommend that the board approve these, and we'll get started as soon as we can.
Thank you, Dr. Long. Any questions for Dr. Long?
Mr. Goley, I appreciate you coming, and tonight I don't have any questions for you.
Come on, Mr. Alexander.
When you gonna be done, Jim?
You're doing something right, Jim.
I was gonna let it go, but, Bill goaded me into it.
Peer pressure.
I mean, in all seriousness, do you have a timeline for the get started date for the project?
Yeah, we're shooting, here in March.
Okay.
For that couple weeks, and, being done sometime February next year.
Okay. As soon as the snow melts?
Yeah.
On time and under budget, is that all you're asking for?
I wasn't gonna go there yet.
Oh, I will. On time and under budget.
You bet.
Thank you. This is not something we have to prove. Yeah, we need to. Here we go again.
It's an action item.
Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we accept the bids for Pleasant Grove Elementary addition/renovation project.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
5-0. That is the end of our action items this evening. Do any board member have any comments they need to make?
I have none tonight, Mr. Russell.
Mr. Hubbard? No, sir. Mr. Alexander?
None tonight.
Okay. Mrs. Counts? Okay, thank you. At this time, we would like to take a moment. We unfortunately lost one of our great staff members unexpectedly, and we just thought it would be right to do a moment of silence here. So if we'd all however you feel to do, bow your heads, be in thought. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Milliken will be sorely missed. Seeing as there's no other announcements, adjournment?
So moved.
Thank you. Second? Second, third? We are adjourned.